The threat that this is somehow coming for all of these women, or no one will be able to get abortions, or any of these things, regardless of what you feel about abortion, it's just simply not true. But what they have exposed themselves to be are petulant children who are not getting their way. And that's what we have to treat them. What would you do if a child was just screaming and stamping their feet and everything else? Is the best thing to just give them what they want, or is it to ignore them or teach them some sort of a lesson? I think, I'm not a parent yet, but I think it's the latter. Here is lefty, progressive, Democrat, sort of an ancillary squad member, Pramila Jayapal on CNN, saying that SCOTUS doesn't even have the right to make decisions about these sorts of things.
But I can tell you that this is a stunning rebuke of precedent and of the fundamental freedom that women have to make choices about our own bodies and our own futures and our own economic security. And the thing is, Victor, that these justices are acting like this is somehow something that they have the right to change. They do not have the right to change this, which has been settled law for 2 generations now of people who have grown up, who have gone through their 20s in the firm belief that they can make these decisions about their own bodies.
All right, so just to be clear, I mean, she's just wrong. Like, that's just a lie. Of course, the Supreme Court is allowed to look at prior decisions and make current decisions, right? That's exactly what they do. They reverse course on some things every now and again. They usually expand rights to people. That's generally what the court has done. They reverse wrong decisions. In this case, what Alito is writing about, and we'll see what the other briefs are, but what Alito is saying is there is no basis in the Constitution that makes abortion a federal right. So all we're doing is letting it go back to the states because we have a federal system and states are supposed to do most of the stuff. But that's what's happening on CNN. A progressive lefty gets on there and just lies. So again, if you're just watching stuff happen, if you're the average person, oh my God, Elizabeth Warren is screaming about stuff. She must be right. She's screaming and she's wearing a pink dress and everyone around her is so upset. They must kind of be right because they're screaming. And then a few minutes later, you get a progressive to go on there and completely lie to you about what the Supreme Court actually does and how they analyze the law and what over time they're allowed to look at and decide what decisions are right and what decisions are wrong. This is how the whole freaking thing works. But if you think that MSNBC can't stoop lower than freaking out because a baby might become a child or because an embryo might become a child, a fetus might become a child, here's a genuine crazy person. I mean, I know I joke about a lot of the crazy people, and they are crazy people. This guy's name is Elie Mystal, and well, take a look.
Alito's fundamental legal reasoning is that abortion is not a fundamental right because it doesn't go back to the founding, because the founding fathers didn't recognize abortion as a fundamental right. And he's right about that. The founding fathers didn't recognize abortion as a fundamental right because the founding fathers were racist, misogynist jerk faces who didn't believe that women had any rights at all. So of course they didn't believe that women had rights to their own bodies. The founding fathers didn't believe that marital rape was a thing. Couldn't be a thing, according to the founding fathers, according to Sam Alito. So that's the history that Sam Alito is accessing.
First off, if you're getting political analysis from a guy with a head of hair like that, you really should think about what you're doing. He looks like he's half Albert Einstein, half Fat Albert. Okay, that's number one. Number two, the founding fathers were jerk faces. That's a good one. That's the level of analysis that's going on over there. It's just complete ridiculous. These people are insane.